Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
This is the Long Cup Cricket Podcast. I'm Dave.
Yeah, comments down below
You're Owen.
on the intro.
And you're tuned into the dulcet tones of the Long Cup
The
Cricket
one
Podcast.
you don't know what film that's from.
We are doing a little preview for a big test series. Pakistan versus England. Two-match
We could
series.
do that, or we could do a preview of the Football World Cup. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Stick to the cricket?
Well, no.
No?
Why box ourselves in?
Listen, I think we have to be loyal to our subscribers and stick to the cricket. However tempting it would be to do a football podcast. However tempting the money, the subscribers and the views would be. I feel we can't sell out at this point. We need to stick to our guns. What are you saying?
Yeah, we owe it to 150 odd people
Exactly.
to bring you cricket news.
And all 30 of them that listen to every episode.
Don't give away the secret.
Well, I've just turned a few people that like it against us. Right then.
Anyway, how are you?
Mate, we've already done that bit.
Oh, we haven't?
No?
No.
I'm all right. Yeah, mate, I'm feeling got a bit of hay fever, a little bit of a
Do you
cold.
remember on this podcast?
I've got a nasally voice anyway. I think it's probably worse than usual.
Remember on this podcast when I asked you how you were doing once, and you said, I often lie a lot. I'm not doing that well.
I think that was like only 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm all right when it's sunny. If
Yeah.
it gets dark, just keep an eye on me.
Anyway, to continue on, the royal wedding today. Did you catch any of it?
Mate, I did. I
Did
didn't
you?
want to, but I did. Not that I didn't want to. I was planning on going and playing golf, mate, but it was fully booked.
Yeah.
So
Cracked on the royal wedding.
I watched a bit of the royal wedding, yeah.
Did you make of it? Any good? Seen a few pictures of Bex.
Yeah. And Tom Hardy. He was there.
Oh, George Clooney looked pretty cool as well.
I didn't see George.
Idris Elba went.
Hey?
Idris Elba.
Did he? I didn't see George. Saw Mr. Hardy with his bald head.
Bald head, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing Al Capone, isn't he? They're
Decent.
filming at the moment.
Ian Belgo?
But I don't know. I don't know if there's any cricket people there. You think there would be?
Yeah.
You think like Cookie would just fit in an absolute gem there, wouldn't he? But I don't know.
Michael Atherton.
No, I wouldn't have others there. Not NASA, definitely not.
Why not?
I'd like Michael Holden to be there. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But Beefy's too grumpy. He couldn't go.
Is Athers posh, or is he like not posh?
I don't know.
Yeah, posh.
Definitely. The top end of it, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KP go?
Okay, but well, I hope not. No.
No.
But yeah, big faff, mate.
Faf du Plessis want to go.
Big faff. Big faff. A lot of money. And really, I don't really know what they do.
Get married.
Are you a royalist, mate?
Unless it's like one of the Rajasthan Royals, I ain't.
Nice, man.
I'm good at these references.
Right, great segue into
Right,
the
so
England
let's
versus Pakistan series.
I reckon we just give the guys a bit of a backdrop on what they're going to hear for the next half an hour.
Do it.
So I think we never normally do this, right? But we're going to start with the Pakistan squad.
Okay.
We always start with the England squad, and it's always like an afterthought.
Is that
isn't it?
because there's been some big changes to this Pakistan team over the last 12 months?
Yeah, probably, but I don't really know many of the players, so it's going to be quick. It's almost getting it out of the way.
So rather than it being an afterthought, it's just something we're getting out of the way.
Without any disrespect to any Pakistani listeners or Pakistan fans in general, I just don't know a lot about the squad.
Well, I'm not sure that...
I know you're playing green helmets.
Because, to be honest, we're England fans, and people who get called up to the England squad we don't know a lot about. So I imagine it's going to be the same for people who are just fans of Pakistan cricket, don't know every Pakistan player that's going to get called up, do they?
No.
So do you know what I mean? We knew a few of the big names who played, but they've...
Like Shard Afridi.
Right, and now they don't play anymore, and the people coming in, it's going to take them some time to establish themselves, even for Pakistan fans, let alone people who aren't Pakistan
Here's a bold
fans.
statement. Pakistan nicest ODI kit ever.
Kit. They usually have a good one.
They're the best, aren't they, ODI kits? Australia one, yellow is horrible. Like, go.
Oh wow! I was just about to say I like the Australian kit.
Pakistani kits have always been top.
England do a good one every now and then.
Pakistan always smashes
Is it because of the green? What about South Africa then?
Nah, Pakistani, they've just got that nice big yellow star as well. It's just a decent kit, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get what makes one good and what not.
Well,
I see that stuff with like football kits. Like, oh, look at this one. Right. It looks. I don't get it.
Put the Pakistani kit next to any kit.
If you were going to buy an international cricket
Pakistan.
strip, that's the one you go for. Eh.
The trousers would be sick.
It would be. They look so comfortable.
And I would probably skate in them.
You'd skate in them.
Yeah.
Nice. How do you think I think they'd get marked up pretty bad.
I don't fall off.
Just to let people know, you can't remotely skate. Like 7 years ago, we tried to do it, and you fell off. One of the worst falls I've ever seen. On a flat concrete car park. Stood still on the skateboard. You tried to ollie. The board went nowhere, but you must have got like 6 foot in the air and hit the floor very hard. It was
6 foot in the air is probably a bit like...
Mate, you didn't see it. You were doing it.
Santon bomb.
You got very high and hit the floor very hard. Yeah. And it's still to this day one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Still one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I have got long hot podcast news that isn't cricket related news.
Do you know what annoyed me about that?
Yeah.
Is I had to check you're all right.
Before you could laugh?
Well, I really wanted to laugh, and I did a bit. But it's like serious injury could have occurred.
Yeah.
So you can't, you can't just laugh, can you? So I feel like you took a bit away from me there. But go on, mate. You were saying you had some news.
Yeah, not cricket news.
Oh, skate-related news.
Just for for those fans that... For those fans that listen in every week, we're
sporty. We are.
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
Go on.
I really like playing tennis. Play for a club.
I played tennis with you once. I was serving, and you didn't know where to stand. It resulted in you hitting my tennis balls into a field.
Someone else came with us, didn't they?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You just were whacking them into a field.
It
took me ages to get them all back.
I got stung a lot doing it as well. Anyway, for those who have been long-time listeners, full-time fans,
nice.
They will understand a few references that throw up on the show.
Right.
So last week I mentioned that.
Look at my eyes.
Yeah.
Are they ruined?
No, they're fine.
They're not. It's the hay fever, mate.
Right. I'm trying.
Comment down below if you get bad hay fever, because mine is mental. If you do and it hurts your eyes, eye drops. Absolute winner.
Well, thank you for those words of wisdom. I'll continue with my story if you.
Yeah, go on.
If you don't mind.
Do you mind if just before you start the story? Do you mind if I just crack myself a tinny?
No, go for it.
I feel like a podcast can't be done with that one.
Yeah.
Go on.
So for those who listened last week, you'll remember me talking about my health.
You're a hypochondriac. I think you do it every week. You talk about your health.
And I put it in cricketing terms that I was keeping out the Reaper. It was like the last 7 overs of the day, right?
Yeah, I think we went back to 09 Monty. I think is
and I was just keeping out
Siddle charging in.
But now, right?
Never looked threatening to me.
Now it is the next day.
Underrated bowler.
I've obviously stayed in. I've obviously stayed in, and it's the next day. I'll come back out to bat again, but it's hooping around corners. I'm still.
Oh, still.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've gone to bed thinking, "Do you know what? I've done so well. It'll be all right tomorrow."
Yeah, I'll feel better.
But you've come out and you still just cannot.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it's like. I've just come back out, and the streaming cold is still there, and quite literally, I am scared to hear the death rattle. So, in those terms, I am still quite unwell.
Yeah. Oh.
And in other terms, right, I got in trouble the other day with somebody from not major trouble, but for those who remember, I quite often on this podcast, or have on this podcast, misuse the term Freudian slip. I used the term Freudian slip.
You don't
the other
understand it, so you can't use it correctly if you don't understand
and
it.
the person who I used Freudian slip to the other day said, "I hope that wasn't a Freudian slip." At this point, I thought, I really do not know what a Freudian slip is.
You don't, do you? Have you figured it out since or not?
Well, I thought I was referencing it in the right way.
Oh, but you didn't.
But the lady was just like, "I really hope that wasn't a Freudian slip," and I was just like, "What the is a Freudian slip?"
Okay. What? Where's this going? What you want it to be explained to you? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
I'm just saying. Do you know what, guys? Like, my life is this podcast.
I'm lost. You've lost me completely.
You guys are my friends. Huh? Anyway, Pakistan and England. So Pakistan, obviously.
I think never in the history. This is a weird podcast.
But they're always great.
Yeah,
We're going to play Far Cry after this.
but I can't imagine there's been more stranger minute of.
Nah, do you remember
output.
people thought we used to get stoned on the show?
I think they still think that.
You open the tinnies. Actually, we reference
We do
that.
get through a lot of beers on the show, don't we?
We've never drank.
I think we should probably stop drinking. That would increase the quality, I would think.
I think people should just start giving us money.
How long have we been talking for and not really spoken about cricket?
11 minutes.
That's quite good, isn't
Well,
it?
that's what they're here for.
I think people actually quite like just the having company.
Well,
That's what I listen to podcasts
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
I haven't got any friends. And I just think, do you know, they won't know who I am.
Anyway, Pakistan beat Ireland in Ireland.
Fair play.
But is it Niall O'Brien scored the first Irish Test match 100? Oh my good God! My coffee cup is coming undone.
You tinny.
Tinny.
Tinny got a little bit of it. You're gonna have to shotgun it.
Sweet though. Huh? Ireland lose, but they win at the same time, really. I would put his mic down. Ireland.
This is so good. It's the best one yet.
Pakistan win their test series, the one match game in Ireland, but Ireland put up a good show and O'Brien gets the first Irish 100. Great for Ireland to put up a bit of a battle. They got bowled out cheaply in the first innings, but
Who got the first English 100?
uh,
You should be able to answer that just instantly. You don't know, do you?
the big boy, the doctor,
You don't know, do you?
Beardy McBeard.
WG.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
No, the first ever 100?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he actually got the first ever 100.
Ever.
Mm.
It's interesting, isn't it?
There you go, mate.
But this podcast, we're going to start out with the Pakistan Test squad.
Yes.
Uh,
We said that about 8 minutes ago.
probably won't read out every name, but we'll read out the names we do know.
You're going to have a go at reading out every name. I'm not going to...
Sarfraz Ahmed, one of my favourite players in world cricket at the moment.
Oh, he's
keeper
quite an
batsman.
yeah.
Nice little chubby cheeks.
I feel if he was in the England team, I would get frustrated.
No.
Yeah, because I think he's better with the bat than... I think he's too aggressively. And he can put on like battling 50s, but I feel like he should be better than that.
I think he's a very good keeper batsman.
I do as well. But I think I would get frustrated with how good he could be.
Obviously, there's a lot of names on this. If you think we've missed one out, then more fool us.
Yeah.
Azhar Ali, probably the best Pakistani batsman of the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, top order.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm looking at the names and...
Fakhar Zaman, Hassan Ali, Mohammad Amir, obviously. Their bowlers, we know a lot about their bowlers. Mohammad Amir, Rahat Ali. No, do we know? We know 2 players in this team, right? And that's enough for us to call this a review. An equal review.
I know quite a few of them.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who do you know?
I know the captain wicket keeper. That's 2. No, I know the.
Do you know Asad Shafiq?
Yeah.
Babar Azam, I know Babar
Yes. He had a lot of hype, and I don't think he did that well when he played in England.
Fahim Ashraf, Fakir Zaman, Haris Salhel,
Okay.
Hassan Ali,
Yeah.
Imam ul Haq. That isn't Islam or...
No, I'm not sure if I saw this. I might have made this up, but I think he might be of relation.
Doesn't Islam ul Haq's son play for like under-19s Pakistan or something?
Possibly. So there might be some sort of relation there, but I could be totally wrong on that. I'm sure someone will correct us.
Muhammad Amir and Rahat Ali.
I'm sure they got a good team. I don't think Pakistan ever have a terrible team.
Though they're... What was it? Was it 2-2 in the last series in England?
Although I don't think England are as good as they have been, obviously. But I think Pakistan are usually a strong side. I think it's a good way to judge yourself. If you beat Pakistan, you're playing well, because Pakistan are usually a good side.
But Pakistan at home, in English conditions, surely England should have enough.
We should. I wouldn't back us anymore, though.
One of the names we do know, danger men in that side?
I think Mohamed Amir is always dangerous. Very good bowler. And then I think... I don't know if Pakistan have ever had like a bad top four. I think they might be struggling with openers these days, possibly.
Well,
but they usually have very talented middle order batsmen. Well, it'll be interesting to see who replaces the big guns who used to come in and bat for 17 hours and get
what is it, Khan and
the massive runs, push-up boys.
Misbah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who takes those reins. Although, yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I like watching teams that are rebuilding.
Two match test series, is that enough?
Not for me, but we have recently played Pakistan. It wasn't that long ago that we played them, so I don't mind it being a shorter series. Who's the second team we're playing this summer? India. Okay, we've just played them as well, but.
So, what do Pakistan need to do to beat England in English conditions?
I think
does a lot,
they've got Mohamed Amir who can swing the ball, and I don't know their other pace bowlers, but if another pace bowler can swing the ball,
Ali's pace, isn't it?
If another player in that team can swing the ball at decent pace, then they have got a chance of beating England, I would say. Mohamed Amir is always dangerous and swings the ball. And I'm pretty sure he can swing it both ways. So
I am worried for Cook against Mohamed Amir.
Yeah, well, Cook's been out of form for quite a while now,
Mohamed Amir, is he left arm or right?
Yeah, left arm.
So he's already got that.
I would love him to be an England player.
So Amir already hangs it outside Cook's off stump. And that's where Cook's very
swings it away as well most of the time.
Pitches it up, and that's where Cook really gets in problem. We saw it against Mitchell Stark.
I think he's pretty sharp as well.
He's very
his general pace is sharp.
Quick,
So very good player.
And also, let's just be honest. England's batting lineup at the moment is shaking.
Yeah. Do you think Pakistan need to win it? Do you think it's the bowling or the batting they need to perform in? I think it's the bowling.
I think it's the batting.
Yeah.
I think both teams have got the bowlers to do well in English conditions, right?
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Jimmy Anderson, it doesn't matter what you say about it.
Yeah, or no, absolutely. But who
Stuart
else?
Broad to an extent as well. English conditions.
Stuart Broad, I'm sorry. You can't have Stuart Broad anymore. He just doesn't do it.
Why not?
He doesn't do it. He
does.
You're not putting him in the same bracket as James Anderson.
You're putting him second best bowler ever. Both bowling lineups are better than their batting lineups. I think
you can't say that.
It'll be low scoring.
You don't know that about Pakistan.
No, but I'm saying that England's
bowling's better than our batting. But you can't say that about Pakistan.
I'm saying,
don't know enough about them.
Oh, yeah, fair. I'm saying in English conditions, I think it would be low scoring from both teams. It's just who could ever...
They could be a really... It's a shame it's two, really. So it has really good potential to be properly good test matches where there's sort of scores of under 300 or...
I love playing Pakistan. I think it's a real battle as
Yeah.
well. It's one of my favourite series, actually. Outside of the Ashes. The Ashes does allow for a lot of nerves. But Pakistan's a fiery encounter.
Yeah, I like playing India in England as well.
Yeah, so do
I
I.
don't like playing India in India.
But
It just feels too much of a slog.
I just really like the battles England and Pakistan have. I think they're in any format. I think they're one of the. That's probably my second favourite series.
Do you think they're pretty much at the same?
No, I think England slightly better.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because they're in England?
Yeah, and I think.
Or you think just
that's a
generally
good
they're
point,
better?
yeah. I think if you look at the teams, England are just pip 'em.
I could see England losing this 2-0.
Yeah, but I think if
At the same point, I could see him winning it 2-0.
if the likes of Ahmed or Ali, Zaman,
hits them forward.
Ashraf, any of the other batsmen, Hassan Ali, if those guys can score runs, if I have just mentioned a bowler, then don't crucify me in the comments. But if the top 5 can make runs,
Do you think this is better because last year when we played Sri Lanka, was it Sri Lanka at the start of the summer or was that the year before?
might have been the year before.
But I remember when Sri Lanka were the first team to
Yeah.
come over, you complained, saying why are we playing them at the start of the summer when it's just hooping round corners? We should not be playing them now. Do you think that's? I mean, that's going to be the case of whoever we play. But I think Pakistan.
It's like I don't know if it's hooping around corners. Like if you play tomorrow, is it going to hoop around corners? Not as much as it did when it was grey.
It's quite nice weather here at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm really excited for this. And I think if those guys can put in the batting, they've got a really good chance
We should go and watch it.
of winning this game. Yeah.
Where are the 2 games? They playing at Lords?
They will do, won't they?
I would think they would.
How upset would you be if you were a touring team and you didn't get to play at Lords?
That would be gutting, wouldn't it? You'd hope with a 2-match series, one of them's going to be at Lords. I would, I would think one of them would be, and then I would think maybe Edgbaston.
Should I find
Possibly.
out? Lords.
Lords is the first one.
Tickets almost gone, Owen.
Oh, they're selling fast. How much are they? Go on. We don't usually do this. We should do this. What's a ticket
which day
price?
do you want? Which day do you want?
Well, what's the opening day? What's the best day to go to? 3rd.
Yeah, you'd say 3rd, wouldn't you?
Go on, give us a 3rd day price.
I don't know if this is like a. Is this like?
Oh, this is one of them ones
website?
these are the ones who buy it and sell it on at a crazy price.
Success! You've bought thousands of tickets.
This event is selling fast. I think they just say that whatever the event is.
Right, how many tickets? 2. Obviously, there's 2 of us. It's Long Hot Cricket Podcast.
Do we want to be seated together? No. You've put no.
They haven't.
You did. You put no. You gotta click yes.
No,
We've
can
got
I
to
just
be
get
seated
off-
together.
Let me just get off hooky.
I don't want to be looking through the binocs to look at you. You know I can do sign language, don't you? You can't. It only works if both of us can. We need to be seated together.
All right. Lords.com.
I think we should do. Oh my god, we should do like ticket prices and stuff more regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Do you know what? I've got no idea what ticket prices are in like India and that.
Oh no, that'd be if you are from around the world.
Is it expensive to go to a cricket game in like Pakistan or India?
Or just tell us what it is in the old Great British Pounds, and we'll.
Yeah, but I'm thinking just generally.
So what day are you saying? Day 3.
Yeah, we want day 3. That's where the action is. And day
choose
4's
seats.
going to probably
We
be.
choose our seats.
Yeah, we want.
Like
Well, what are we, Lords? Edridge stand.
yeah.
I know
Edridge
that's
is just over the bowler's arm, isn't it?
I know that's a stand. Media centre.
Crompton as well.
Media centre.
What?
The Long Hop Cricket Podcast.
The pavilion.
We need
surely.
to. The balcony, please.
Oh no, I'm not doing
The home balcony. I
I'm
want to
just gonna
speak to Johnny.
I'm going to do quick
Not
tickets.
Stokes. He'll be there. Away.
We should go to one of these days.
We should. I love going to Lords. I do. Yeah.
What's so special about Lords then?
I don't know. It does have an atmosphere about it, though.
Yeah,
It's in a nice bit of London.
Yeah,
I like the bit of London. I like the ground. I've sat in quite a few different... I've been to Lords probably like 4 times, 5 times. And every place I've sat different every single time. And... nice. And I always feel like I've got a view.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
And I'm quite close to the pitch. I haven't been to a lot of test match venues. I've been to Edgbaston and I've been to Lords. So it's not a lot. But Lords is very good. Very, very good. There's always a member sleeping. I don't get that.
You've got family that are members, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why can't they get us in? Listen, I would...
They're lifetime members.
They start working the website.
They're lifetime members.
Yeah, well, I want to be a lifetime member.
I don't know how long the waiting list is, but it's long.
I'm prepared to wait.
Someone bought it for them.
You can buy membership.
You could when they're old. They're very old. Well, I say they're very old. One of them's dead. So one of them is old. The other one is non-existent.
Would you like to look at the England squad to play Pakistan in the first test?
Yes, of course, mate. We are an England supporting podcast.
We won't be looking at ticket prices just because it's just like it's asking me to put.
You know, you listen to other cricket
details.
podcasts.
Yes.
Are they
as good as this one? No.
No, I wasn't going to ask that. But do they state who they support?
Oh, yeah.
Or are they more of a general podcast?
They state who they support, but they're always just like, oh, yeah, look what's happening in New Zealand. How great is this?
Right.
And everyone's just like, no,
It's a bit
mate.
fake about it.
Well, it's not. They're not fake.
We just admit we don't know.
I just think they just try and cater for all audiences, which is fair enough, but we just cater for ourselves.
Well, I think, the camel was the horse created by a committee.
Exactly right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you understand that or not?
Yeah, of course I do.
Right. He doesn't. Right, let's have a look at this team.
So England squad for the first test. Alistair Cook, Mark Stoneman.
Can you check the mic?
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm okay?
Yeah.
I just yanked it. Apologies to the listeners. We need mic stands.
So Cookie and Stoney. Oh, Stoney. His dog was called Stoney.
I had a dog a long time ago called Stoney.
Oh, I feel sad now. Cookie and Stoneman. It says David Milan to bat 3, but I believe Joe Root will now bat 3.
What? No, he won't.
No, yeah, he said
I won't.
he's come out and
I
said it.
wouldn't mind if this was the batting order.
Wow,
I really wouldn't.
no. So
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell is that guy?
Who is that?
We'll go through it. Let's go through it.
Okay, let's go through it. I would like this to be the batting order.
David Milan 4.
No. David
Yes.
Milan 3.
No, but then,
Root 4.
No, but Root has
That's
come out
much
to
more
say...
likely to happen.
No, Root has come out to say he's batting 3.
Oh, that's nice. Didn't we admit in 2 podcasts ago that we're just going to have to accept it's never going to happen?
Yeah.
And he's come out and said it. Well, that's nice.
Johnny Bairstow 5. Ben Stokes 6. If that happens, I'll be really happy.
Yeah, that's good. That's a nice batting lineup.
Jos Buttler 7.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Without the gloves.
Don't understand that.
We'll get on to that. Chris Folkes 8. Mark Wood 9. Sprawdy 10. Jimmy 11. Dominic Best, the spinner, is the 12th man as of yet. At the moment.
What the hell has happened to...
Injured.
Oh, Leachy. What's he done?
Leacho's injured.
Elbow from throwing it. No, really, what happened?
Don't know, injured.
Oh, that's a shame. He must be so annoyed.
Yeah,
because it's taken him a long time to get picked. He gets in the team, and then he gets an injury. That's gutting. He's not that old, though, is he?
No, he's
so he'll
26.
be all right. He'll be all right.
Let's have a look at that bowling lineup before we quickly move on to the batting. One of those guys will have to miss out. Who's it going to be? I'm presuming they'll go with the spinner of Dominic
Is
Best.
Mo and Ali not in the squad?
No, he's done, mate.
Okay, all right, well...
Pretty progressive,
So,
this
Dominic
squad.
Best is going to play then?
Yeah. Well, let's say he is. He might
Okay.
not. Well, let's say he is.
Uh,
I think you're foolish not to use a spinner.
who's going to miss out? Oh, I like this. It's like it's competitive.
It's going to be one of the bowlers, isn't it? It's between Woody or
I
Woksy.
think Wood.
Do you think is that what you'd want to happen? Because I like Chris Wokes, right? But I just feel like we need Mark Wood. We need outright pace. I don't know how many times I've had to say it on this show, but we need outright pace. And Mark Wood offers that. Chris Wokes doesn't.
I think now. I think they're going to go with Wokes.
Strength of the batting?
Possibly. I mean,
That's a genuine number 8 there, isn't he, Chris Wokes?
Yeah, he's a good number 8.
Because if you put Mark Wood in there, I don't know how Dominic Best bats. Apparently, he bats all right, so maybe he would bat 8. But Wood, Brody, and Jimmy are all.
I don't know.
All number 10, 11s, aren't they? Really, they're not particularly renowned. Mark Wood scored a 50 in the last game, didn't he?
If you had to be completely fair,
yeah,
would you be upset if they dropped Stuart Broad?
Yes.
I don't think I would be.
Stuart Broad had a good end to his series in Australia.
Was
that the last series you played?
New Zealand.
Yeah, he had a good end to New Zealand.
I honestly wouldn't be upset if he got dropped.
No, I think
he has nothing with the bat.
Stuart Broad's a god, so he should stay.
Nothing with the bat.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. I'd rather have Wokes than Broad. And then it comes down to would I rather have Wood or Broad? And if you just want outright pace, then Mark Wood bowls quicker than Stuart Broad.
My bowling lineup would be.
I think that's hard to argue with what I just said there.
No, I'm going to do it. Wood, Broad, Anderson, Bess.
Oh, you don't want Wokes?
I like Wokes a lot, right? I just don't think he's.
That's hard, isn't it?
Wokes needs to go away and he needs to play county cricket. He needs to get his pace back up, his line and lengths back up. He needs to go and put overs under his belt. For me personally, I think since
you're getting protective of Broad here.
No, I think since his injury, that side strain, Chris Wokes has been the shadow of the man he used to be, especially in red ball cricket. He needs overs under his belt. He needs to get his pace up.
I think he'll be fine.
Sports Villa, though, I think. So
I think they actually will pick him. I think they'll pick him over Wood.
Yeah.
And I think Wood will play in the second one.
Okay, interesting.
I think whatever happens, they'll play. Mark Wood will only play one of them.
Let's talk about the spinner then. Don't know much about Dominic Best, but positive not to see Moeen Ali there.
Yeah, it's a shame Leach isn't there. I'd have really liked him to have a run.
No
in the
Crane
team.
either. I'm not sure if Crane's fit or not, but obviously.
Well, I don't mind.
I like that
we had a look at him.
There's a lad, I can't remember his name, who's been playing for the Lions. No, it wasn't Dominic Bess. I can't remember his name. I think he plays at Sussex. That could be wrong. I'm just picking up names out of a hat. But I'm surprised he hasn't been. I'm surprised it's Dominic Bess is coming in front of him because he has been on the last Lions tour. Name does escape me though.
What does he bowl?
Some sort of spin.
Brilliant. You know a lot about him. Don't know his name. Don't know what he bowls. How do you know it's not Dominic Bess?
No, it's not Dominic Bess.
You don't, do you?
No.
Could be him.
But
I like having a look at a new spinner.
Yeah, you're obsessed with just looking at new spinners.
No, I'm not.
You were so upset and Crane was shit.
No, I don't. Again, you have no basis for this. We know that you don't know what you're looking at. Nice team. I like that team. For the players we got to pick from, that's a pretty solid side. And there's like a...
No, but I like Samet, you know.
You got to put the effort in, though.
No, stop saying this.
You have to put the effort in. You can't be turning up in like that. Can you?
You can.
No, you can't. Come on, it's a professional game. You can't be carrying people. I know you can carry him, but you can't be having people in the side that you can't hide people. In 2018, you got to be able to field.
I'm really ill.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I think
both of us have been coughing into the mic. That's awful.
I can feel the death rattle upon me. Anyway, let's look at the batting. Obviously, Cookie, who experienced problems.
Stoneman is in some good form. Needs a ton though.
No, he's not in good form, Owen. Someone is literally there on the edge of his fingernails, clinging on for dear life. For some reason, you painted Stoneman as this like fantastic opening batsman, but he's actually dog poo. He's not dog poo. He's just not quite there yet. He's not a finished player.
No, he's played like 10 games,
and he hasn't done anything special in those 10 games.
He's done nothing wrong.
He's done a lot wrong.
What?
Never scored 100. You need hundreds.
Where are all these opening batsmen that are just waiting to Jennings? No.
Jennings has had a really good.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
I've been queued up with the county game.
The county game has just started.
Yeah, I think
you can't have a really good season in
He's already scored 300s.
I don't care. He's not good enough.
300 was more than Stoneman's
I do not care. That guy is not good enough. You're not telling me he's changed in like 4 months from not having a clue, looking terrified, and now suddenly he knows how to do it. No. You just, as soon as I like someone, you do everything within your power to make sure you don't like them. That's what you do. We know this. Crane, you just don't even care.
No.
You hope he's bad because I like him. And the same goes for Stoneman. He's actually doing really well. Since we started this podcast, we were complaining about not having an opening batsman. We're like, we just want someone who could stay there for a few overs. Now we've got a guy who scores 50s. You're like, doesn't get 100. Don't want him. No good. He's only in the team just.
Adam Lyth, I say.
Yes.
What do you reckon about Joe Root coming up to number 3 then?
Well, I mean, yeah. We've said this for ages.
Excellent.
That's why he has to bat.
You think he can bat?
I don't think he's good enough.
Like, is there a thing?
I think this team, the batting, apart from Milan and probably Bairstow, like everyone's out of form and have been for quite a long time.
So Stoneman in that vein as well.
Stoneman hasn't been in the team long enough for us to know if he's in a form or not. If this is him out of form, then we've got a right gem.
Is Joe Root out of form, or is Joe Root just getting 50 and getting out?
Well, apparently that's not good enough, is it?
It's not.
Even for an opener when we've got no other options.
Oh, let's leave Stoneman for 1 minute, yeah? We'll come back to Stoneman if you want. Joe Root, number 3. Is there a big thing between number 3 and number 4?
Yes.
Can he be successful there?
Number 3 is... number 3 is... You're basically an opener. Because you have to be ready as soon as the first ball is bowled.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Number 4 isn't. It is different. Mentally, it is different.
Though, at the same time, lots of people talk about the demand of the captaincy, but Alistair Cook has played games where he has literally been on the pitch for every ball.
Yeah.
As captain, batting, as well as fielding as the captain.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Joe Root has ever played innings like that, though.
Joe Root's made of different...
He scores counter-attacking, quick scoring hundreds.
Yeah.
Where he takes the game away from a team in like a session.
And let's be honest, Alistair Cook's mentally one of the most...
Alistair Cook just takes the game away from you in a day.
Yeah.
Whereas Joe Root can go in and in a session can just flip it. And now England are scoring at a good rate and we're out of trouble.
So we'll hope Johnny Bairstow bats 5, but I've got a feeling Stokes will bat 5.
Oh, that would annoy me a lot. Why is Buttler in the team if he's not being the wickie?
So Jos Buttler, who doesn't play 4-day cricket or hasn't played 4-day cricket in quite some time, has obviously scored a few 90s in IPL cricket. Where do you... We had a comment asking how we felt about...
I think we could do a good rainy day podcast.
Buttler.
On... Well, more on if we were the selectors, what do we want? How do we pick? How do you select someone for the test team?
Well, if you've had a fight outside a nightclub, you're straight back in the thing.
No, but does 2020 form count?
No.
So Jos Buttler.
I'm saying Jos Butler's probably the more I think about it, the more I'm not that bothered because I actually think Jos Buttler could be really interesting. But James Vince, right, who was in the team in New Zealand.
Yeah.
scored a double 100 the other day for his counter.
Yeah. I don't think he was doing terribly for England. Again, wasn't doing great.
No, he wasn't doing great, but he was probably the worst off in that team. But at the same time,
How is David Milan still in the England team?
he's done all right.
No, but that's what I mean. He was the one player out of every player through the last year who's come in as a batsman that people were just like, how has this guy ever possibly been picked?
Yeah.
And he's the only one who's pretty much like, we're all right with it.
Yeah.
I really don't mind him being in the team.
No, he's all right, isn't he?
And it's like, he was the one that I would have counted on getting dropped immediately.
Yeah,
and being replaced.
He's got 100 under his belt. He's had quite a few 50s. He could probably do. He needs a score this summer in some capacity, doesn't he? Against
what's your big thing with 100?
You need them. You need it to win games. You don't make friends with salad. You don't win games with 50s.
But that's just not true at all. But
you need
what
match-winning innings. That's 100, 150. These are daddies, if not doubles, triples even.
Okay.
No, I'm not being serious. You need daddy hundreds to win games. You need hundreds.
Well, that's not true, is it?
You do. Well,
Gives you a much better chance.
Listen, I think if you looked at...
I think what you want is world-class players, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But
I don't think we're at a stage where we've got that to pick. I think we've got to come to the realisation we don't have stacks of world-class players to pick from.
Right.
Because world-class players are the ones that every 4 or 5 games they get 100. That's world-class.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like...
That's world-class.
I'm not saying Stoneman, Milan, that's what they need to do. I'm saying that they need to make more hundreds, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, they haven't made one.
Or Milan has.
Right, but how many games do you give someone if they're not making 100, you call it a day?
1.
Right, brilliant. I'm not speaking to you anymore.
Mark Stoneman has done it the right way. He's clinging on because he's made 50s, right? But if he hadn't made those 50s, then he would be out.
What?
If he made 40s, then he'd be
Right.
out. I'm not even joking.
You would quite happily have someone just do terribly and they get 100 and you're fine with it. If someone's just like got an average of like 38 and are getting 50s here and there, you want to get rid of them. If they were getting like 15s and 20s but they get 100, you're all about it and you love it.
KP.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying
You are.
we need better batsmen, and then these guys
We need better batsmen.
these guys need to stand up. I do find Jos Buttler interesting.
Well, Stoneman hasn't had an English summer, has he?
He has.
No, he hasn't.
Maybe he hasn't then, but he needs one.
Right. Who's getting one?
I'm fine with Stoneman. I just
Well, I'm just saying.
you're just all over.
No. I'm just saying. Now he's got an English summer.
It's almost like he's your
got-
brother.
He's got a chance to play in England, and we'll get a good chance to see if he's good enough. Because if he does well in England, then we've got a good opener. Because he's done well enough abroad.
And I
Because
honestly
we usually
think,
struggle.
I think if Stoneman gets 100 every game, it's fine. If not, then get out.
Okay, good. I can't wait for Stuart Broad to get dropped. He's rubbish.
Do you think?
I actually did. That's not even trying to wind you up. I think he's rubbish.
Do you think, as an international player,
Why can he not bat? Does he not net? Do you
who
think?
cares about the batting?
I think he's
anymore?
arrogant.
Who cares about the batting?
What's Stuart Broad? He can't bowl. He's got to care about the batting.
Let's talk about Stoneman and
Remember when Boycott thought he was Gary Sobers? That didn't work out, did it?
If Mark Stoneman gets 100, does that change his game? Does that give him the confidence to say, right, I can do this?
Yeah, I think that's where you have a valid point.
100s are important in that fact.
I think because it then validates in your own mind that you can play at that standard and be very good.
So it
would be big if he gets 100 this summer, and still continues the form that he's had. I'd be very happy.
So what about this Jos Buttler thing?
I
Vince Jennings and the lad from Worcester, Joe Clark, all scored hundreds for their counties. And Jos Buttler, who's been out in the IPL, done well out there.
He's sort of deliberately not played any long format of the game.
But no, he hasn't played 4-day cricket in
Exactly.
such a long time.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a wild card. England have gone with like not a pinch hitter, but someone of just like they're just putting him in as just someone like, well, he could take the game away. Maybe give him a bit of freedom. See how he does. But you're not even the wiki. You're not the wiki. Not the captain.
The thing is, though, I think
you're not batting high in the order.
The problem I find is, I think you allow him the wicket keeping, right?
Are they just giving him the Mo and Ali?
Well,
do you know what I mean?
If not,
he's like actually got nothing now.
Yeah.
So he's got no responsibility. So
just turn up and have a go
what
at
does
something.
he like? Does he know what he needs to do? Do you know what I mean?
I think giving him the gloves, right, and saying we think you're the best glove man in the country. You are literally just the wicketkeeper. Play your natural game. If you want to play T20, as in a test match, then go for it. If you want to score 30 runs,
just
off
telling him that we're not
12 balls, then go for it, and then don't worry about it.
We're not relying on him for runs.
We just want you.
You're our glove man.
You're
Old
the
school
best.
wiki.
Yeah, that would be more understandable. That's why I probably wouldn't have a problem with him coming in the team. But I think with him coming in as a batsman, there are batsmen in the county game.
Where's he going to bat?
That have done
7.
You're
not coming in as a batsman if you're coming in at 7.
But then he offers nothing else, does he?
That's what I'm saying. If you're coming in the team at 7, you're not the wiki. You're not a bowler. You're not a batsman if you're coming in at 7. That's what I'm saying. It's just like a wild card.
Is it?
I think it's either going to come off or he's just going to be confused as to what he's actually meant to do. Because if he goes out there and gets no runs, it's literally wasted position. I know every batsman is, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not even... It's like, well, he didn't even really need to. He's batting at 7. It's like if he gets a 30, you'd be like, oh, that's all right.
Is that
like, well, I'm not wasting a batsman on us being happy with him getting 30. Do you know what I mean? It's really weird.
I think the players in front of him that were in front of him this winter, Ben Foakes was in front of Jos Buttler, and he's a keeper batsman.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've had.
Well, they're obviously not looking at his wiki in, are they?
Or no, they don't care.
So he's coming in as a batsman. So what are they picking, a pinch hitter?
Well, they're probably picking somebody special, aren't they? Who can? Is he renowned for playing spin really well?
Do they want someone to bat with a tail?
Potentially, but then Johnny Bairstow's been renowned as being the best person to bat with the tail ever.
That's what I don't get. If he's coming in, can't he have the wicket keeping and then Bairstow can bat in the top 5? I don't want Bairstow already batting 6.
Bairstow's already in the top 5.
Well, you said that Stokes might bat 5.
Yeah.
I don't want that happening.
No.
That'll annoy me. If Stokes is batting 6 and being the wiki, Bairstow. I'll be annoyed. Because that's really defeating the object of having.
But does this appointment of Jos Buttler at number 7 batsman without the gloves just defeat and take away from players playing the county game? Because if you are James Vince,
it depends if it comes off. Depends if it comes off. If he doesn't do well, then no. It's like they're trying it. They're trying it. If it doesn't come off, then no. It'll harm not doing it. If he does really well, then it might have an effect. Like Owen Morgan might be like, I'll just carry on trying to smack it all over the place and I'll get picked eventually.
But it's just
that this hasn't. I don't think this has happened before.
No,
I don't think someone has just gone and played the IPL and 2020 cricket, smacking it around and gets picked as a number 7 just to bat. I don't think England have ever done that before.
So since Rajasthan Royals have promoted him to open, he's made a 67, 51, 82, 95, 94 and a 39.
Yeah.
So he's made
a lot of runs.
300 odd runs.
Yeah. Is he ever going to... It's not 2020 though.
No, and I'm saying...
And it's not in India.
I'm saying fantastic, right? That's great. But you're taking away from the county game, which is there is one of its sole reasons is to entertain, but big reason is to supply players for England.
Yeah.
And there have been players. There's been 3 players that have gone out and made hundreds.
Well, this is where it's like, I want to know. Well, like, what? I want to know why he's been picked. Well, there should be England should release.
It's not fair on those guys, or the county game, or the process of the county game.
Well, it depends. It depends why they've picked him.
If they would have given him the gloves, I would be a lot more for this. I think that would be quite an interesting.
What if they came out? If the ECB came out and go, we've picked him because we're picking a pinch hitter. We're picking a pinch hitter, so we look to the 2020 game. Who's performing best in the 2020 game?
Fair enough.
And we picked Jos Buttler because of
if they've got the bottle to say
51.
that, they have the bottle.
Would you go? Oh, all right then.
Yeah, I'd applaud.
Or would
them.
you go? No, we need to pick the wicket-keeper batsman who's doing best in county cricket.
No, it's not even. I've said that the only redeeming thing is Buttler, but we don't need a wicket-keeper batsman if they're going to keep Johnny Bairstow as the keeper. He's keeping the gloves no matter what, right? They just needed a proper batsman in there. I think there are proper batsmen who aren't necessarily, England aren't. They're not stacking up.
Do you think this solves any sort of batting problem that England have? If we're having a collapse, he's not saving us.
But what I'm saying is that batting lineup in general, is a lot better than the lineup we saw go to Australia. That is a better lineup. This is a more positive. That is a stronger lineup that we saw go to Australia.
Yeah.
Having Moeen Ali as your only spinner, having the likes of, no offence meant, but the likes of Overton, Curran.
Yeah, can we just say that Overton's not good enough?
I don't know whether he's been good. He's just not.
He's not good enough.
He's just not a player for
international cricket
away from home. Oh, and then I think if you're not a player from away from home, then I find it difficult to say we keep you in our plans for in home. I'd rather have players that we can.
What you're saying is he's not good enough.
Yeah, maybe so. I think he probably would be successful at home. I just think he's.
But there's so many people who can do better than him. He might be successful, but there's someone else. It's like we're being a bit harsh.
This team, obviously Ben Stokes.
I like this. I'm kind of excited about the Jos Buttler.
Yeah, I am.
It's kind of a weird thing because for so long, since we've been doing the podcast, we've moaned about them not changing it up, doing something different. They've just stuck with the same thing, and it just failed and failed and failed.
Well, this sounds.
And now they've sort of gone. Do you know what? We'll listen to the Long Hot Cricket podcast.
Yeah,
we're gonna make Root bat 3.
Yeah,
we're gonna put Johnny Bairstow in the team. We're in a batting position.
Yeah, we did take the gloves off them, didn't we?
Yeah, but we're gonna mix it up more. We're gonna bring in a new spinner, and we're just gonna put a pinch hitter in low down the order and see how that goes.
Honestly, right?
I think they've picked him as a pinch hitter.
I'm going to come up with something quite out there.
Yeah.
This is the best opportunity Samit Patel has got to get in the England team. No, I'm not even joking.
All right, brilliant. But that doesn't mean it's my best chance to get in the England team as well. But it's not going to happen, is it?
Right, just
tell me why it's his best opportunity, and it will match why it's mine. It's ridiculous.
Right, Samit Patel.
He's not going to get picked. It's not even a conversation to be had.
Samit Patel. Right, no, listen to this. Right?
Okay, I'm listening.
No Dominic
Bess. I have
no
option.
Take Bess out. Samit Patel to about 8. So that gives Jos Buttler a little bit more to work with. And then you've got a spinner who can bat really well, a top-class batsman, as well as a decent enough spinner. And then you've got Mark Wood, Broad, Anderson. You've got, that's the dream team.
How's this?
Yeah.
If you bring him in, are you not just doing a Moeen Ali?
No, because Summit's good.
You're picking him on his batting.
No.
You're picking him on his batting.
Bowling as well.
No, you're not.
Samit Patel's always been a bowler.
You're putting him in because of his batting.
And his bowling.
No.
Moeen Ali used to be
Can we
just a
pick
batsman.
a spinner? Can we pick a spinner to be our spinner?
Samit Patel's a spinner.
We're picking a spinner to be our spinner now.
Summit.
We're not picking a batsman and telling him to be our spinner.
Summit Patel, and then
No, we're not having him. No. That would upset me, that would. How old is he now? You say he's going to back him up, not in the singles, he won't. We're not having him in the team. We're not having him.
Right.
Oh, that would annoy me.
Let's
that would be like bringing Batty in the team again. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. He took a good catch against the West Indies A team. Just leave it.
What about your predictions?
Oh, I said it's 50-50.
I'm going to go 2-0 England.
I think it'll be a draw. I think we'll win at Lords. I think we'll win the first one, lose the second one. But I think it'll be a draw 1-1.
And anyone in the England team?
I don't know. I think change. I think Pakistan will win at Lords and we'll win the second one.
Decent.
I think they'll do better at Lords. It's more of a batting pitch.
Who's your player?
Sorry,
who's the star man
for what? If
for England?
For England,
who's gonna get wickets? Who's gonna get runs? Do you know what? I'm gonna go Ben Stokes for both. Ben Stokes, Broady. I don't like Ben Stokes, but I do like Stuart Broad. Ben Stokes to get 1400s.
I'm going to go Stoneman to get his maiden ton.
Well, I'd love that.
And I don't think
Dominic Best hat trick.
I think Bess is going to get a couple of threefers and sort of be like, oh, does he stay in the team or not? That's my prediction. I don't think there's going to be any massive.
I expect to have one Broady. There'll be one.
What's your prediction on Buttler?
Buttler to score a 36, a 19, a 42, and a 3.
What does that do for his place?
He'll
depends. That if that happens, that depends on how England's results go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We could never video this. Could we?
I'm saying that Jos Buttler with those innings will keep
the face you just pulled
will be enough to keep him in for the India series, but perhaps
only if England win.
2 games isn't enough to chuck somebody out, is it?
It is if it's just a really weird decision.
Yeah,
on some unknown reason for putting him there, and then he doesn't perform.
So I think we'll look to wrap it up there, and I just want to say a big thank.
Do you know what? I enjoy this. I think, like you say, I think it takes a couple of throwdowns to get us going, and then we get into it. This England team has opened up a cracking debate.
Yeah,
and we haven't just cried about it.
It's positive.
Do.
I like it.
We usually just sit here and moan.
No,
I quite like this team.
But like I said, I am keeping the death rattle at bay.
This tinny here's got caffeine in it.
Do you know what I used to call them cannies?
I think that was me, wasn't it?
Was it you
I called it. So they're gonna have a couple of cannies.
Was it you?
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this, make sure you like. If you're new around here, subscribe.
You can't have them if you're pregnant.
A tinny.
A tinny.
Comments are always welcome.
Do not forget to recycle, guys. I cannot say it enough.
And remember,
think of the Dolphins.
Every Sunday should be a game out. We will look forward.
And please subscribe.
We'll look forward to seeing you at some point in the near future for the England.
Which episode is this? 95?
94.
100's taken a long time, isn't it?
Yeah. But then I suppose you got to build things, haven't you?
I mean, well, speak to Stoneman.
So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And good night.
And good night. This has
been
a Long Up Group podcast, and you've been brilliant.
If I don't see you, good afternoon.